seat and listen to the fourth round. I didn't think it was gonna be that bad.
I'm Coach Brett. I'm here with Greg Hines.
What's up, bro? I'm Greg. Just now getting back. I've been going for a minute.
Tell me about the hiatus. Why were you?
So, things just got really busy. Like, work started to pick up a little bit, but we were also right at the end of our pregnancy. And then baby came in March, and I thought, oh, baby's here. I'll get a little break from work, and then I'll jump back in. That didn't happen. And then I went back to work, and then that was even harder to get back. So it really was just like life getting in the way, but also sometimes I lose a little bit of motivation when I don't look or feel how I want to. And it's like a little harder to get back in when I already feel bad. It's like
I mean, a lot of people like that.
getting over that early.
Yeah. So we spent a little bit of time away from the gym. We're here to do a couple things today. We're going to talk about, we're in week 1 of a new group class cycle. I'm going to take us through all the different parts of that cycle and what we're trying to get out of it in different aspects. So Greg was just telling us about a bit of a hiatus from the gym and kind of how we're looking to get back into some consistency and how we can, what we can make those goals look like and set kind of like mini intentions for you in the context of the cycle, but also just for you in general getting back into group class and trying to get that consistent. We've got a 6-week cycle coming up. We have Mondays, we've got touch and go power cleans to really focus on barbell efficiency and improving our ability to move weight rapidly over a few reps. Tuesdays, we've got gymnastic skills, so we'll have a little bit of more coach time, a little bit more play time to work through gymnastic skills that maybe have given us a little bit of trouble over time, or if we're more experienced, working back down to basics and getting some of those fundamentals back in, and then featuring a Metcon that will allow us to improve those skills. Wednesdays, kind of a hybrid style in aerobic intervals. So we're working at a low, kind of medium intensity, steady state for longer periods of time to maintain a steady state of intensity, sustained intensity intervals over the course of 30, 40 minutes, something like that, to really give people an opportunity to grow their aerobic pace. Thursdays, we've got a back squat cycle, so we're working to a 5-rep max back squat towards the end of this 6-week cycle. So we've got a back squat cycle to help get us back under the barbell, lifting some heavier weights as we improve lower body strength from there. Got a little bit of a burner Metcon featured at the end of those Thursdays, which is a lot of fun, just kind of turn on the gas and go. Fridays features a barbell, a little bit of light to moderate barbell cycling, create efficiency in the confines of the workout. Where Monday, we're really working on explosivity with that barbell. Fridays, we're working on efficiency and more reps, higher volume stuff with that barbell. Saturday, odd objects for a little bit of fun, real world applicability to apply some of the strength, some of the conditioning that we work on to objects like sandbags, rope climbs, kettlebells, things that have a little bit less symmetry than a regular barbell, or dumbbells, things that mimic what the real world looks like and how we can apply that strength and conditioning to the real world better. So you were saying, kind of got out of the gym since January. Tell me about what was the impetus to get back in? What changed?
So I feel terrible. I don't know if I feel like shit. I feel terrible. My body is in pain. But no, I just really started to notice that I wasn't feeling like myself at all anymore. And I'm a pretty active person, period. Like, I teach yoga, so I have to move my body every
How often do you do that?
3 times a week. I teach yoga. So I could feel it in my classes, like, I'm not moving right. And I'm gonna be honest, my consistency these last 3 weeks surprises the hell out of me. Like, I didn't think I was gonna make it back after the first day. Obviously, I wanna feel better, I want to look better, I want to, put myself into a better place from a physical standpoint, specifically with health.
Yeah, so let's drill down on that a little bit. Let's say over the next 6 weeks, right? And from your perspective, your goals should not necessarily line up in exact alignment with the cycle that we're talking about, but longer term. But while we have these next 5 weeks, let's make some short-term goals and then some medium, longer-term goals. drilling down on that, just wanting to feel better, wanting to look a little better. Like, let's be a little bit more specific. Like, what does that look like for you? What does success over the next, like, let's say 6 weeks look like? And then kind of maybe 3 months down the line or 4 months down the line, a little bit longer out than that.
I want to look just like you. Yeah. My goal really is just to like get to, and I don't even know if this is the right way to say it, but like just like a baseline of like being able to move through a workout and it be challenging, but be able to get through it. I definitely feel like the goal for me is more so the mindset, the conditioning, the like being consistent. It's more that than it is like the physical goal. I want to feel great. I would love to do a pull-up. Like,
sure.
I would love at the end of this to be able to do a pull-up, like just kind of get to that baseline and build from there, especially when we, just now coming back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like big on like language and like how I think about things, especially when we set goals. So just saying like, at the end of this, I'd like to be able to, like, this is we want this to be like a journey, right? And we want to remove things that kind of put like hard stops on, you know what I mean? So there is no end to this, right? It's just like kind of an ebb and flow of consistency. Definitely, especially when we take time off, there's always kind of like an engine limitation, right? Like just our ability to produce energy. What's a realistic goal for consistency? How many days a week do you think you can make it into group class?
So I think I could do 4.
Yeah.
When I told myself I was going to come back, I'm like, I'm going to go 5 days a week. I'm going to be aggressive, and I'm going to come out of this into this thing looking like a monster. But as I'm getting back into it, I realized that like I'm not actually going to be able to do all of that, right? Like I just mentioned, I teach yoga 3 times a week, and so I was looking at the program and I'm trying to figure out where do I actually take that rest day. My goal is to hit 4 days a week.
4 days a week.
So
I like starting with, starting where our biggest goal is, right? And if our goal is to move through a workout with more consistency and just feeling better about it, probably want to start with like the things that are going to bolster your engine the most, right? And give your kind of cardiovascular system the opportunity to express itself a little better. So like for me, the best day this cycle is going to be Wednesdays to do that, right? Like just kind of like long, slow, steady state stuff. In terms of just creating some strength and some opportunity to recapitalize on some muscle mass, right? And some ability to produce force, I would say Thursdays, right? Where we have our back squat and that sort of thing. So I think Mondays, where we're working on some cleans, a little bit more technical aspect, a little bit more athletic aspect, I think those things kind of like lend themselves to, to your holistic journey that you're on. And Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday that are like, I think those should be your definites. You know what I mean? And I don't think putting too much prescriptions, like it has to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every day, and like otherwise, it's like, yes, they're all fungible. We create a group class so that you don't, if you come 3 days a week, you get a good workout. If you come 4 days a week, you get a good workout. But let's say like those 3 are your priority. And then Tuesday, Friday, Saturday can be like kind of more fungible. You know what I mean? Actually, this cycle isn't designed to like for every day to be like max effort anyway, and most of our cycles aren't. Most of our cycles are progressively overloading, right? And so feeling like we have some in the tank, then we do a little bit more, a little bit more.
I feel like, and it goes back to the goal, if I can get through this first cycle, the consistency will stay, and then I can layer other things on top.
And as we look
and keep
into
this
like
priority.
a longer term goal of consistency, I always find it helpful if you know you're going to have a life change or a schedule change coming up, and you know you're going to go back to a corporate job, thinking ahead of time about how I'm going to restructure things, as opposed to like getting there and then trying to figure it out. Right. So kind of having like a transition plan, so to speak, beforehand. If we can help with that, let us know. Any other questions you got?
No, I'm ready to work, bro. Let's do this. I'm trying to look like Thor at the end of this. I'm trying to look like Heimdall at the end of this. I'm trying to look like a god. Did you get that, though?